There goes YOV on their first dance with Automotodrom Brno. Every bend, every straight is a chance to learn, to adapt.
Yep, and it's about syncing with the car too, making sure everything's in harmony. It's like tuning an instrument before a big concert.
Alright, McDougall has put down a 212.223. It's a decent benchmark, but I reckon there's more juice to squeeze out of that VW Scirocco.
For sure, Rob, it's early days. They're just starting to sync up with the track. We'll likely see those times tumble as they dial in.
Yoff is out there, taking it slow and steady on the outlap. This lap is like the calm before the storm, a moment of zen before pushing the limits.
That's right. It's about understanding the track's personality today, a Euro. Each day, each lap can tell a different story, especially at a track like Automotodrom Brno.
Chris Il-Duke is rolling out for the first sniff of the track. It's all about feeling the car, the tarmac, and getting the mind in the zone.
Absolutely, Rob. The out lap is like the opening chapter of a book. It sets the tone for the whole story. They'll be checking how the car's responding, getting a real feel for the conditions today at Automotodrom Brno.
McDougall crosses the line with their first flyer, clocking a 212.223. They're getting to grips with Automotodrom Brno, feeling out its quirks and corners.
It's like the first round of a chess match, Rob. They're making their opening moves, setting up for the later, faster laps where they'll really show their hand.
And there's YOV, easing out onto Automotodrom Brno. It's like the first step on a long hike, finding your footing before you hit full stride.
Right, and every racer knows this out lap is precious. It's their first handshake with the track today, feeling out its mood and temperament.
McDougall posted a 212.223 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Puppy Dog from Hell has a best lap time of 201.638. Hey Hal, you reckon these drivers ever get tired of going round and round during practice?
Well, Rob, repetition is the key. Every lap gives you data, insights, and an edge over the competition.
It's a bit like looking for water in the outback. These drivers are searching for that sweet rhythm where everything just clicks.
Spot on. It's that elusive flow state. When everything syncs up, the car, the track, the driver, that's when magic happens.
McDougall's first flyer is a solid start, clocking in at 357.273. They're getting a feel for the track, but there's room to shave off a few more seconds.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about finding those little tweaks, adjusting the line here, braking a tad later there. Every lap is a learning curve.
Puppy Dog from Hell has a best lap time of 2:04.86. Look at Chris Duke taking it nice and easy, a smart move. Like a chess player contemplating the opening move, they're planning several steps ahead.
Spot on. They're mentally mapping each corner, each straight. It's not just about the car, it's about strategy and foresight.
There's the first flying lap for Puppy Dog from Hell, hitting 2:04.86. It's a start, but they'll be looking to iron out those kinks as they get more laps under their belt.
Right on, Rob. It's early in the session, so there's plenty of time to experiment and find those extra tenths of a second.
There's Chris Duke, gently nudging the beast as they head out. The out lap is where you whisper to the car, "Let's dance," before the real party starts.
You got that right. It's a gentle waltz before the full-on rock concert of the race. They're testing the waters, getting a feel for every bend and straight of Automotodrom Brno.
There's no mucking around for YOV, a Euro, straight down to business on this first flyer. They'll be keen to see what times they can clock in early on.
Yeah, and it's not just about speed. It's about rhythm, finding that flow around Automotodrom Brno. Getting into that groove early can set the pace for the whole session.
You ever think about what's ticking inside a driver's noggin during these laps?
All the time. It's a mix of analyzing, strategizing, and adapting. Every corner, every straight is a puzzle, and they're trying to solve it at full speed.
Mate, sometimes I reckon the pit wall looks like they're controlling a spaceship with all those dials and knobs.
You're not wrong. Each of those adjustments, from brake bias to differential settings, has a profound effect on car behavior. It's like tuning a guitar, but instead of strings, you're tweaking mechanical symphonies to get the car singing just right on the track.
Mr. Bangs on the outlap, getting a taste of the tarmac. It's like sniffing the cork before a good wine. First impressions matter.
Exactly. They're assessing the grip, the balance, the whole shebang. You can learn a lot in these quiet moments before the throttle really opens up.
McDougall posted 159.349 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Watch as Mr. Bang takes it nice and easy on this outlap. It's not just about warming up the tires, it's about getting into that mental pit lane, tuning into the race mindset.
For sure, Rob, they're calibrating everything, the brakes, the steering, the throttle response. It's a crucial part of laying down the groundwork for a successful practice session.
McDougall crosses the line with their first flyer, clocking a 159.349. They're getting to grips with Automotodrom Brno, feeling out its quirks and corners.
It's like the first round of a chess match, Rob. They're making their opening moves, setting up for the later, faster laps where they'll really show their hand.
And off goes Chris Duke, easing into the rhythm of Automotodrom Brno. This lap is like the first sip of your morning coffee, waking up the senses, priming the engines.
Yeah, it's about syncing up with the machine, getting that perfect harmony between driver and car. It's like a prelude to a symphony that's about to unfold on the track.
McDougall's first serious lap is in the books with a time of 2:01.157. Good effort, but I'm expecting them to really push the envelope in the next few laps.
Yeah, it's about building that momentum, Rob. Fine-tuning their approach with each turn, each lap, getting more out of the car and themselves.
Alright, YOB has put down a 159.639. It's a decent benchmark, but I reckon there's more juice to squeeze out of that VW Scirocco.
For sure, Rob, it's early days. They're just starting to sync up with the track. We'll likely see those times tumble as they dial in.
These practices, mate, they're like a kangaroo finding its best hop. Once you've got it, you're unstoppable.
Couldn't have put it better. Finding the perfect launch is all about repetition and adjustments.
It's all about finding that sweet spot during these sessions. Like tuning a didgeridoo, but way faster.
Haha, and a lot noisier. But you're right. In Indy, we fine-tune until it feels just right. Every lap here is a step towards perfection.
In these sessions, they're not just pushing the car's limits, but their own too. Testing their mettle, seeing how far they can go before the big dance.
Exactly. It's a mental game as much as a physical one. Balancing aggression with precision, daring with data. It's an art and a science.
Chris Duke is in T8. Yoff posted a 1:59.903 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Chris Ilduke has a best lap time of 2:03.309. There's the first flying lap for YOV, hitting 1:59.903. It's a start, but they'll be looking to iron out those kinks as they get more laps under their belt.
Right on, Rob. It's early in the session, so there's plenty of time to experiment and find those extra tenths of a second.
Chris Ilduke has a best lap time of 2:03.309. There goes Mr. Bang on their first dance with Automotodrom Brno. Every bend, every straight is a chance to learn, to adapt.
Yep, and it's about syncing with the car too, making sure everything's in harmony. It's like tuning an instrument before a big concert.
McDougall crosses the line with their first flyer, clocking a 1:59.666. They're getting to grips with Automotodrom Brno, feeling out its quirks and corners.
It's like the first round of a chess match, Rob. They're making their opening moves, setting up for the later, faster laps where they'll really show their hand.
With just 41 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Alright, McDougall has put down a 1:59.666. It's a decent benchmark, but I reckon there's more juice to squeeze out of that VW Scirocco.
For sure, Rob, it's early days. They're just starting to sync up with the track. We'll likely see those times tumble as they dial in.
Let's talk rubber. Tyre pressures ain't just about pumping them up and hitting the road. It's like a fine art.
Couldn't have said it better. Tire pressures can dramatically impact the contact patch, the actual bit of tire touching the tarmac. Too high and you lose temperature and grip, too low, and you risk overheating, uneven wear, or even a blowout. Each tire will have its own sweet spot where they grip best.
You know, mate, watching these practice sessions, you'd think the driver just jumps in and goes. But there's a heck of a lot more to it. Starting with that aero package, the balance between drag and downforce.
Oh, for sure. You tweak the front wing just a smidge, and you could have a totally different beast on your hands. Depending on the track, they might want more downforce for those tight corners or reduce it for the long straights to maximize speed.
Chris Ilduke posted 2:50.694 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Mr. Bang is on the out lap, not just warming up the tyres, but also warming up their instincts, getting that racer's intuition dialed in.
True that. They're getting the feel of the track, the car, the conditions. It's all about setting the stage for what's to come.
Chris Duke posted a 2:03.299 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? There's the first flying lap for McDougall, hitting 2:11.612. It's a start, but they'll be looking to iron out those kinks as they get more laps under their belt.
Right on, Rob. It's early in the session, so there's plenty of time to experiment and find those extra tenths of a second.
Mr. Bang is rolling out for the first sniff of the track. It's all about feeling the car, the tarmac, and getting the mind in the zone.
Absolutely, Rob. The out lap is like the opening chapter of a book. It sets the tone for the whole story. They'll be checking how the car's responding, getting a real feel for the conditions today at Automotodrom Brno.
McDougall's first flyer is a solid start, clocking in at 2:11.612. They're getting a feel for the track, but there's room to shave off a few more seconds.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about finding those little tweaks, adjusting the line here, braking a tad later there. Every lap is a learning curve.
Chris Duke's first serious lap is in the books with a time of 2:08.941. Good effort, but I'm expecting them to really push the envelope in the next few laps.
Yeah, it's about building that momentum, Rob. Fine-tuning their approach with each turn, each lap, getting more out of the car and themselves.
Now, here's a term some might not be familiar with: roll bar stiffness. Sounds technical, doesn't it?
It does, but in essence, it's about how the car reacts to lateral forces, especially during cornering. Adjusting the roll bar can change how the car behaves mid-corner. A softer setting can be more forgiving, but a stiffer one might give the driver a quicker response, albeit with less margin for error.
Oi, these practices aren't just a walkabout in the park. It's here that races are often won or lost.
Absolutely. Back home in North Carolina, we emphasize the setup. A few tweaks during practice can lead to major gains on race day.
Chris Duke crosses the line with their first flyer, clocking a 2:01.303. They're getting to grips with Automotodrom Brno, feeling out its quirks and corners.
It's like the first round of a chess match, Rob. They're making their opening moves, setting up for the later, faster laps where they'll really show their hand.
With just 33 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. And there's D-Max, easing out onto Automotodrom Brno. It's like the first step on a long hike, finding your footing before you hit full stride.
Right, and every racer knows this out lap is precious. It's their first handshake with the track today, feeling out its mood and temperament.
There's Eddie G, gently nudging the beast as they head out. The out lap is where you whisper to the car, "Let's dance," before the real party starts.
You got that right. It's a gentle waltz before the full-on rock concert of the race. They're testing the waters, getting a feel for every bend and straight of Automotodrom Brno.
Alright, YOV has put down a 157.496. It's a decent benchmark, but I reckon there's more juice to squeeze out of that VW Scirocco.
For sure, Rob, it's early days. They're just starting to sync up with the track. We'll likely see those times tumble as they dial in.
D-Max is out there, taking it slow and steady on the out lap. This lap is like the calm before the storm, a moment of zen before pushing the limits.
That's right. It's about understanding the track's personality today a year ago. Each day, each lap can tell a different story, especially at a track like Automotodrom Brno.
Mr. Bang posted a 202.274 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Watch as Eddie G takes it nice and easy on this out lap. It's not just about warming up the tyres, it's about getting into that mental pit lane, tuning into the race mindset.
For sure, Rob, they're calibrating everything: the brakes, the steering, the throttle response. It's a crucial part of laying down the groundwork for a successful practice session.
Ever heard the pit crew chat about wheel camber? Sounds like a dance move, but trust me, it's all car talk.
Haha, yeah, camber is the angle of the wheel relative to the road. A bit of negative camber, where the top of the tire leans inwards, can give more grip in the corners. But too much and you're looking at premature wear on the inside of the tire. It's a balancing act, and each track requires its own setting.
Eddie G's on the out lap, getting a taste of the tarmac. It's like sniffing the cork before a good wine. First impressions matter.
Exactly. They're assessing the grip, the balance, the whole shebang. You can learn a lot in these quiet moments before the throttle really opens up.
Look at D-Max taking it nice and easy, a smart move. Like a chess player contemplating the opening move, they're planning several steps ahead.
Spot on. They're mentally mapping each corner, each straight. It's not just about the car, it's about strategy and foresight.
Megasaurus 55 is rolling out for the first sniff of the track. It's all about feeling the car, the tarmac, and getting the mind in the zone.
Absolutely, Rob. The out lap is like the opening chapter of a book. It sets the tone for the whole story. They'll be checking how the car's responding, getting a real feel for the conditions today at Automotodrom Brno.
There's the first flying lap for Mr. Bang, hitting 204.413. It's a start, but they'll be looking to iron out those kinks as they get more laps under their belt.
Right on, Rob. It's early in the session, so there's plenty of time to experiment and find those extra tenths of a second.
And there's Eddie G, easing out onto Automotodrom Brno. It's like the first step on a long hike, finding your footing before you hit full stride.
Right, and every racer knows this out lap is precious. It's their first handshake with the track today, feeling out its mood and temperament.
Mr. Bang has a best lap time of 202.274. DMAX's first serious lap is in the books with a time of 203.299. Good effort, but I'm expecting them to really push the envelope in the next few laps.
Yeah, it's about building that momentum, Rob. Fine-tuning their approach with each turn, each lap, getting more out of the car and themselves.
It's a bit like looking for water in the outback. These drivers are searching for that sweet rhythm where everything just clicks.
Spot on. It's that elusive flow state. When everything syncs up, the car, the track, the driver, that's when magic happens.
Mate, these drivers aren't just burning rubber for the fun of it. They're chasing the ghost, that perfect lap that's always just out of reach.
Absolutely. Back in my racing days, I used to call it chasing the dragon. It's that feeling when you know there's still a little more in the tank, a fraction of a second to be found.
D-Max posted 201.979 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Chris Ilduke has a best lap time of 2:08.808. DMAX's first flyer is a solid start, clocking in at 201.979. They're getting a feel for the track, but there's room to shave off a few more seconds.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about finding those little tweaks, adjusting the line here, braking a tad later there. Every lap is a learning curve.
And away goes Megasaurus 55, charging down T10 like a bull at a gate. This lap's where they set the tone for the session.
Indeed, Rob. It's about laying down a marker, seeing how the car responds when they dial everything up to 11. They're testing the waters, but also setting their own benchmarks.
With just 22 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. McDougall posted a 1:59.056 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Megasaurus 55 crosses the line with their first flyer, clocking a 201.765. They're getting to grips with Automotodrom Brno, feeling out its quirks and corners.
It's like the first round of a chess match, Rob. They're making their opening moves, setting up for the later, faster laps where they'll really show their hand.
Hey Hal, you reckon these drivers ever get tired of going round and round during practice?
Well, Rob, repetition is the key. Every lap gives you data, insights, and an edge over the competition.
These practices, mate, they're like a kangaroo finding its best hop. Once you've got it, you're unstoppable.
Couldn't have put it better. Finding the perfect launch is all about repetition and adjustments.
Megasaurus 55 has a best lap time of 201.765. Chris Ilduke posted 201.362 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Alright, McDougall has put down a 9:53.097. It's a decent benchmark, but I reckon there's more juice to squeeze out of that VW Scirocco.
For sure, Rob, it's early days. They're just starting to sync up with the track. We'll likely see those times tumble as they dial in.
Megasaurus 55's first serious lap is in the books with a time of 2:01.765. Good effort, but I'm expecting them to really push the envelope in the next few laps.
Yeah, it's about building that momentum, Rob. Fine-tuning their approach with each turn, each lap, getting more out of the car and themselves.
With just 17 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. There's Patrick Schwanz, gently nudging the beast as they head out. The out lap is where you whisper to the car, "Let's dance," before the real party starts.
You got that right. It's a gentle waltz before the full-on rock concert of the race. They're testing the waters, getting a feel for every bend and straight of Automotodrom Brno.
There's the first flying lap for McDougall, hitting 9:53.097. It's a start, but they'll be looking to iron out those kinks as they get more laps under their belt.
Right on, Rob. It's early in the session, so there's plenty of time to experiment and find those extra tenths of a second.
Chris Ilduke crosses the line with their first flyer, clocking a 2:01.362. They're getting to grips with Automotodrom Brno, feeling out its quirks and corners.
It's like the first round of a chess match, Rob. They're making their opening moves, setting up for the later, faster laps where they'll really show their hand.
You ever think about what's ticking inside a driver's noggin during these laps?
All the time. It's a mix of analyzing, strategizing, and adapting. Every corner, every straight is a puzzle, and they're trying to solve it at full speed.
You know, mate, some folks wonder why these drivers spend so much time in practice. But it's just like prepping a barbie. You gotta get it right before the big show.
Exactly. Rob, practice makes perfect, and in racing, perfect can be the difference between pole position and the back of the grid.
Megasaurus 55 has a best lap time of 2:01.765. Chris Ilduke posted a 2:01.362 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Alright, Eddie G has put down a 2:02.987. It's a decent benchmark, but I reckon there's more juice to squeeze out of that VW Scirocco.
For sure, Rob, it's early days. They're just starting to sync up with the track. We'll likely see those times tumble as they dial in.
Patrick Schwanz is on the out lap, not just warming up the tyres, but also warming up their instincts, getting the racer's intuition dialed in.
True that. They're getting the feel of the track, the car, the conditions. It's all about setting the stage for what's to come.
Megasaurus 55's first flyer is a solid start, clocking in at 434.348. They're getting a feel for the track, but there's room to shave off a few more seconds.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about finding those little tweaks, adjusting the line here, braking a tad later there. Every lap is a learning curve.
Mr. Bang posted 203.714 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Megasaurus 55's first serious lap is in the books with a time of 434.348. Good effort, but I'm expecting them to really push the envelope in the next few laps.
Yeah, it's about building that momentum, Rob. Fine-tuning their approach with each turn, each lap, getting more out of the car and themselves.
There's the first flying lap for Chris Ilduke, hitting 201.362. It's a start, but they'll be looking to iron out those kinks as they get more laps under their belt.
Right on, Rob. It's early in the session, so there's plenty of time to experiment and find those extra tenths of a second.
Patrick Schwanz is not hanging about, straight into the thick of it on this first flying lap. They're getting a real taste of the VW Scirocco's capabilities.
Absolutely. It's about understanding the limits early on. You'll see them experimenting with braking points and turn-in speeds, all while keeping an eye on those tire temps.
Let's talk rubber. Tire pressures ain't just about pumping them up and hitting the road. It's like a fine art.
Couldn't have said it better. Tire pressures can dramatically impact the contact patch, the actual bit of tire touching the tarmac. Too high and you lose temperature and grip, too low, and you risk overheating, uneven wear, or even a blowout. Each tire will have its own sweet spot where they grip best.
In these sessions, they're not just pushing the car's limits, but their own too. Testing their mettle, seeing how far they can go before the big dance.
Exactly. It's a mental game as much as a physical one. Balancing aggression with precision, daring with data. It's an art and a science.
Patrick Schwanz has a best lap time of 1:57.994. Yoff has a best lap time of 1:57.496. Eddie G crosses the line with their first flyer, clocking a 6:46.204. They're getting to grips with Automotodrom Brno, feeling out its quirks and corners.
It's like the first round of a chess match, Rob. They're making their opening moves, setting up for the later, faster laps where they'll really show their hand.
With just 8 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Alright, Megasaurus 55 has put down a 6:13.037. It's a decent benchmark, but I reckon there's more juice to squeeze out of that VW Scirocco.
For sure, Rob, it's early days. They're just starting to sync up with the track. We'll likely see those times tumble as they dial in.
The anticipation is high as the drivers line up for the qualifying session at Automotodrom Brno. A dominant display by McDougall in this qualifying session. They have put in a stunning lap time and find themselves at the top of the leaderboard. The other drivers will have their work cut out to match their speed and claim that pole position. Impressive work from Satan, who has claimed 6th on the grid. Now, the focus is on maintaining their composure and pushing for an even better starting position.
You're spot on, Rob. Satan's current position of 6th is a testament to their skills and determination. Now, they face the challenge of maintaining their position against hungry rivals.
Impressive display by Megasaurus 55, currently sitting in position 2. They've set a competitive time, but the question remains whether they can push even harder to secure a better starting position.
I couldn't agree more, Rob. Megasaurus 55 has done a fantastic job to claim 2nd. The challenge now is to convert this opportunity into a strong race result.
A solid performance from YOV, as they currently hold position 10. However, with the session coming to a close, they'll need to find that extra bit of speed if they want to move up the grid.
You're absolutely right, Rob. YOV's current position of 10th reflects their strong qualifying performance. Now, they'll need to strategize and capitalize on this starting position.
It's an impressive showing by McDougall in qualifying. They have set the bar high, leading the way with their exceptional performance. It's a fantastic position to be in, and they will be looking to convert it into a strong race result.
You're spot on, Rob. McDougall is showcasing exceptional skill and consistency in this qualifying session. It's a formidable position they hold, and their rivals will need to step up their game to challenge them.
McDougall has completed their outlap. And there goes Chris Hill-Duke, currently in position 10. They've shown great skill and consistency so far, but with a few minutes left, there's still time to improve their result. What a sublime effort by McDougall in qualifying. They have taken charge of the session, holding the top position with authority. Their consistency and skill have been unmatched so far, and they are positioning themselves for a favourable starting position. There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. A mesmerising display from Patrick Schwanz in this qualifying session. They have left everyone in awe with their speed and precision. Currently leading the pack, they are setting the standard and sending a clear message to their competitors.
Absolutely, Rob. Patrick Schwanz is setting an impressive pace and demonstrating their dominance on the track. Their competitors have a challenging task ahead to match their performance.
Patrick Schwanz has just completed a lap in 1:58.950. Let's see if they can improve on the time further. Currently in 8th, Satan has displayed promising speed during the qualifying session. The real test lies in whether they can convert this performance into a higher grid position.
Couldn't agree more, Rob. Satan has positioned themselves impressively in 8th. Now, they need to build on this foundation and strive for an even better race result.
Satan has completed their outlap. D-Max has positioned themselves well in 2nd during qualifying. The challenge now is to assess their competitors and strategize how to move up the order for a better race start.
Great, and
D-Max has completed their first flying lap in 2:08.28. A solid qualifying performance by Puppy Dog from Hell, positioning them in 7th at the moment. The question now is whether they can make further progress and challenge the frontrunners.
You hit the nail on the head, Rob. Puppy Dog from Hell's current position of
Puppy Dog from Hell has completed their outlap. It's an impressive showing by YOV, currently in 7th. They've showcased their talent, but will they be able to find those crucial extra tenths of a second to climb higher?
I completely agree, Rob. YOV has positioned themselves impressively in 7th. However, it's crucial for them to keep pushing to potentially improve their...
Yoff has completed their outlap. Eddie G has secured a respectable 6th in the qualifying session. Can they capitalize on this position and use it as a launching pad for a stronger race performance?
You're spot on, Rob. Eddie's current position of 6th is a testament to their skills and determination. Now, they face the challenge of maintaining their position against hungry rivals.
Chris Ilduke has put in a great effort and currently holds 9th. With the session winding down, can they unleash their full potential and improve their starting position? Chris Ilduke has completed their outlap. A strong showing from Satan as they currently sit in 10th. With the session drawing to a close, they'll need to dig deep and find that extra burst of speed to improve.
I couldn't agree more, Rob.
Satan has completed their outlap. Impressive work from Puppy Dog from Hell, who has claimed 9th on the grid. Now, the focus is on maintaining their composure and pushing for an even better starting position. Puppy Dog from Hell has just completed the lap in 1:59.941. Their best lap so far is 1:59.941. Putting them in P2, will they be able to hold on to that spot? There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. Yoff has completed their outlap. There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. A solid performance from McDougall as they currently hold position 5. However, with the session coming to a close, they'll need to find that extra bit of speed if they want to move up the grid. There's a real buzz in the air as McDougall secures first.
Right you are, Rob. They've put themselves in a solid spot, but they can't let up now. Staying smooth and focused is key to shaving off those extra fractions.
What a performance from Satan. That Satan has completed their outlap. Currently in 10th, Mr. Bang has displayed promising speed during the qualifying session. The real test lies in whether they can convert this performance into a higher grid position. And there goes YOV, currently in position 3. They've shown great skill. Has just completed a lap in 1:58.715. Let's see if they can improve on the time further. Incredible drive by Patrick Schwanz so far, earning him third on the grid. However, the competition is fierce. Will they be able to find that extra edge to move up?
Spot on analysis, Rob. Patrick Schwanz has positioned themselves well in third. It's now crucial for them to maintain their focus and defend their position in the upcoming race.
With Patrick Schwanz now sitting pretty in third, they have got to be feeling good.
True, but in the world of racing, good isn't always good enough. They've got to keep their eye on the prize and aim for perfection on every turn.
It's an impressive showing by Satan, currently in 6th. They've showcased their talent, but will they be able to find those crucial extra tenths of a second to climb higher? Yoff has positioned themselves well in second during qualifying. The challenge now is to assess their competitors and strategize how to move up the order for a better race start. Yoff will be happy having put themselves into first in this qualifying session. A solid qualifying performance by Patrick Schwanz, positioning them in third at the moment. The question now is whether they can make further progress and challenge the frontrunners. Megasaurus 55 has put in a great effort and currently holds 5th. With the session winding down, can they unleash their full potential and improve their starting position? Impressive display by Patrick Schwanz, currently sitting in position 3. They've set a competitive time, but the question remains whether they can push even harder to secure a better starting position.
You're absolutely right, Rob. Patrick Schwanz's current position of 3rd reflects their strong qualifying performance. Now, they'll need to strategize and capitalize on this starting position.
A strong showing from Satan as they currently sit in 6th. With the session drawing to a close, they'll need to dig deep and find that extra burst of speed to improve. Currently in 10th, Mr. Bang has displayed promising speed during the qualifying session. The real test lies in whether they can convert this performance into a higher grid position.
Couldn't agree more, Rob. Mr. Bang has positioned themselves impressively in 10th. Now, they need to build on this foundation and strive for an even better race result.
Looks like Mr. Bang needs to put the pedal to the metal. That last lap times landed them in 9th. Not where they'd want to be, especially with the session ticking away.
True, Rob. It's all about incremental gains. Every 10th of a second counts, and they've got to squeeze every bit of performance out of that VW Scirocco.
What a performance from Mr. Bang. They currently occupy 9th on the grid. Can they maintain this strong position and secure a favourable starting spot? There's a little bit of wind in the air today here at Automotodrom Brno, as we're getting ready to kick things off.
The tension's building now. This is going to be another great race.
Starting from pole position is the best possible outcome for YOV.
But they will have to be smart about their moves. They must not burn out too early.
Sitting in second, it's McDougall. Taking the third spot is Patrick Schwanz.
The German driver will be focused on a good result from here.
Starting from the fourth position on the grid, we have Puppy Dog from Hell.
Another good start for the Jamaican driver.
And in fifth place, we have Megasaurus 55. Satan is lining up sixth.
But they're going to have to time their moves just right if they want to come out on top.
Lining up in seventh is Chris Ilduke.
The Dutch driver has been driving the wheels off the VW Scirocco in practice.
In the middle of the pack, we have D-Max starting from the 8th position on the grid. As the engines roar to life, Mr. Bang prepares to take off from the 9th position on the starting grid.
DMAX isn't going to make it easy to get through the pack.
And the green flag drops. The race is officially underway.
It's hotter than a July afternoon out there. One false move, and you're gonna feel the burn. These drivers, they gotta play it cooler than a cucumber in a bowl of hot sauce.
Bit of a cruisy start for YOV, just filling out the track at Automotodrom Brno. You know, like a dingo sussing out the lay of the land.
I for one am really excited, Rob. The rivalry between YOV and McDougall has been building before the race, and this is where scores are settled.
The drivers are jockeying for position. Patrick Schwanz will be looking to get off to a good start and consolidate their position.
You know, sometimes the best strategy is to hold your cards close to your chest. Patrick Schwanz is sitting right there at 3, just watching the field unfold.
Fair dinkum, Megasaurus 55s tearing up the track like they're late for a barbie, climbing the ranks like nobody's business.
I'll tell ya, Megasaurus 55 came out swinging like a barn door in a tornado. But will they have the grit to keep it up?
Now, isn't that a sight? Satan hanging tight at 6. Maybe they're waiting for everyone else to make their move. Smart as a whip, that one.
Like we say in North Carolina, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Maybe Satan is keeping their pace steady for now, waiting for the right time to make a splash.
Quiet, steady, reliable. That's Yovi's game today. No drama, just some good old-fashioned racing. It's like watching two predators circling each other, waiting for the perfect moment to pounce.
That's right, Rob. The pressure is palpable. The fans are on the edge of their seats, waiting to see who will come out on top in this epic showdown.
The gap between YOV and Patrick Schwanz is razor thin as they vie for third in this nail-biting contest. As they speed through T3, Mr. Bang is relentlessly pursuing Puppy Dog from Hell in a high-stakes battle for position.
This is what separates the good from the great, the ability to stay focused and perform under pressure.
We're watching Patrick Schwanz in 6th and is currently being hounded by Puppy Dog from Hell with a gap of just 0.7 seconds.
If Puppy Dog from Hell gets any closer to the back of Patrick Schwanz, then one of them is going to need some lube if they want to take this further.
It's true what they say, Hal. You're never completely useless.
Indeed, Rob, you can always be used as a bad example. That's right. They've got to stay focused and not let this setback affect their mindset. Meanwhile, Puppy Dog from Hell is showing some incredible skill and determination, and is now a serious threat to the other drivers on the track.
The adrenaline is pumping as Chris Duke gets within striking distance of Megasaurus 55 in their race for second. It's pedal to the metal for Chris Duke, while Megasaurus 55 still flipping through the radio channels. Chris Duke is in second and is being closely chased by Megasaurus 55, who is just 0.3 seconds behind. It's a tense battle for position between Megasaurus 55 in third and Satan in fourth. Megasaurus 55 is keeping Satan at bay with a gap of 0.2 seconds. The tension is palpable. Who will come out on top in this epic showdown? Someone should tell Mr. Bang this ain't a Sunday drive. DMAX is tearing up the track. It's a brilliant day for racing, and the drivers are putting on a show.
Absolutely. What
Incident alert. Tough break for D-Max, who has just lost a position.
That's got to be frustrating. But DMAX is a skilled driver, and they have what it takes to battle their way back up the field.
Oi, Mr. Bang, if you wanted a tour of DMAX's rear bumper, you've got a front row seat. Better make your move before the show's over. Megasaurus 55 could be looking for a way up the inside of Chris Duke.
They need to keep it on the black stuff. You don't get points for driving over weeds, not in this game.
It's neck and neck, the closest battle we've seen in a while.
If Satan pushes too hard, they might find themselves exploring the scenic route, and nobody's got time for sightseeing during the race.
Crikey, Satan thought they were on a boomerang's flight path. Only problem, didn't come back. The fans are on the edge of their seats. It doesn't get any closer than this.
Rob, last time I saw Megasaurus 55 this riled up, there were sparks flying off the track. Get ready for a showdown.
Oh, breaking development. Well, Puppy Dog from Hell's spinning like my life in 2020. Someone get him a map, or a therapist.
That maneuver from Puppy Dog from Hell? Just like my attempt at DIY car mods. Ambitious, but not quite right.
Not much room to breathe for Chris Duke with Megasaurus 55 trailing so close. I reckon we'll see a move soon, especially at T13. This is where legends are made. Which driver will rise to the occasion and claim victory?
The only thing closer than Patrick Schwantz to DMAX right now is the paint on their cars. Talk about a close encounter.
It's looking good for Patrick Schwantz, who has gained places and put some distance between themselves and D-Max.
Definitely, but there's still a long way to go in this race, and anything can happen. Patrick Schwantz needs to keep driving with focus and intensity.
Things are getting spicy as Chris Duke is breathing down McDougall's neck. The gap? Mate, you couldn't slide a credit card between them.
At this rate, Chris Duke and McDougall are so close, they could share a cup of tea and a biscuit.
A twist in incident alert. Maybe Chris Duke's got a drop bear in the cockpit, cause that move was bonkers. Stone the Crows. Megasaurus 55's in second, but if I know them, McDougall's gonna cop an Aussie-style sneak attack real soon. Oi, Megasaurus 55, no time for a smoko break. McDougall's tearing up the track like it's the end of the world.
Megasaurus 55's looking like a deer caught in the headlights. Meanwhile, McDougall is off to the races, making Mama proud.
You know, YOV, reminds me of my dating life. Starts with promise, ends up tailing behind everyone else.
Indeed, the tension is palpable as YOV tries to reel in Megasaurus 55. But Megasaurus 55 is not making it easy, maintaining a consistent pace. Can YOV find some extra pace to bring the fight to Megasaurus 55?
Alright, I've got to ask, ever tried Vegemite?
Tried it once. Reminded me of NASCAR rubber mixed with axle grease. But hey, to each their own.
Good on ya, YOV. Trailing so far back, reckon the front pack has already written the eulogy. Mr. Bang is pushing really hard, but as we know, pushing too hard can lead to other mistakes, like locking up the brakes or missing a shift. These drivers are walking a tightrope between pushing the limits and making costly errors.
Absolutely. It's all about finding that sweet spot where you're pushing the car to its limits without crossing the line into reckless driving. That's where experience and skill come into play.
The pressure is on for Patrick Schwanz as they try to catch up to Satan.
Don't forget the role of aerodynamics. Patrick Schwanz should use slipstreaming to their advantage and close the gap to Satan.
Fair dinkum, Patrick Schwanz is finding those aerodynamic sweet spots. Could be adjusting that front wing angle to cut through the air like a hot knife through butter.
Dang, Patrick Schwanz's fuel strategy and conservation of those brakes is spot on. They're inching closer to Satan like a hound on a hot dog.
You ever miss the roar of engines, Hal?
Every single day, Rob. But we've got the next best thing, dissecting every nuance of these races and sharing our digital wisdom with the world.
This chase is as intense as a cricket match during the Ashes.
Cricket? I thought that was just a noisy bug. But seriously, it's like Game 7 of the World Series here.
Bloody oath, Mr. Bang is flat out like a lizard drinking, gnawing into the gap to D-Max down to a scant 0.8 seconds. This is what high-octane racing looks like. Patrick Schwanz is breathing down the neck of Satan, not giving him any room to relax.
Should things go awry, Patrick Schwanz and Satan might find themselves giving a whole new meaning to the term tandem drifting, though I doubt they'd enjoy it as much as the spectators.
The gap between Patrick Schwanz and Satan is growing. It's now up to 0.9 seconds. In your experience, Hal, what was the most challenging aspect of maintaining concentration during a race?
The most challenging aspect, Rob, was managing the various inputs and distractions during the race, from radio communication with the team to monitoring car performance and race strategy. It's a delicate balancing act that requires immense mental discipline.
Struth, if Mr. Bang gets any closer to D-Max, they'll be asking to share a meat pie. Watch them duel it out at T9.
Now, that's some driving, y'all. Mr. Bang is putting the pressure on DMAX. It's like watching a cat stalk a bird. They're inching closer with every turn.
Well, don't come the raw prawn. Mr. Bang's giving it some stick, pulling D-Max into a mere 0.4 seconds.
This is what racing is all about. It's anyone's game at this point. Who will come out on top?
Oh, this is getting intense. Satan is just a few car lengths behind Patrick Schwanz.
They say pressure makes diamonds. Well, Satan's shining bright, closing in with every heartbeat.
D-Max wants to get into Mr. Bang's slipstream.
If you're enjoying the racing, please remember to like and subscribe.
DMAX is giving it a red hot go, but can't seem to muster the pace to keep up with Mr. Bang. It's like chasing a roux on a motorbike. Did you ever think about the physics at play here? The G-forces these drivers feel, especially during tight corners. It's mind-boggling.
Absolutely, Rob. And it's not just the car's engineering, but the human body's resilience and adaptability. The way these drivers train to withstand and use those forces to their advantage. It's an art form combined with sheer grit.
It's like watching a cheetah chase its prey. Megasaurus 55's got YOV in their crosshairs.
With a gap tighter than a new pair of jeans, Megasaurus 55's pushing the VW Scirocco to its limits. He's got that racer's instinct, looking for that sweet spot to pounce on YOV.
Mate, Megasaurus 55's creeping up on YOV, like a dingo on a picnic. Must have tweaked that brake bias a touch to the rear. Mr. Bang is placed 6th at the moment. They are hoping to keep their distance ahead of D-Max, who is 1.8 seconds behind.
DMAX is hunting, but Mr. Bang's making that car wide, really wide. It's a tactical masterclass out there.
It seems like Mr. Bang has got the bit between their teeth, improving on DMAX's lap time there.
As long as Mr. Bang can maintain that consistency and pace, it will be interesting to see.
Blimey, the talent on the track today is like watching kangaroos on steroids.
Yeah.
Braking update. Looks like that's a mistake from Megasaurus 55. This could be costly. The action is non-stop as D-Max shadows Mr. Bang through every twist and turn, determined to claim 6th. Good news for D-Max, the gap to Mr. Bang has decreased. It's now down to 0.6 seconds.
Now, ain't that something? DMAX is right on it. Just needs to keep the pedal to the metal to tailgate Mr. Bang.
It's a battle of wills out there, each driver trying to outsmart and outmaneuver the other. Stone the crows. Puppy Dog from Hell's going faster than a roo on the hop. DMAX has got to step up their game now. Coming into T10, the fight for 6th is heating up. Who will be the first to blink? DMAX is on a charge. Their split time shows they have upped their pace. Speaking of gambles, mate, what's your take on these mid-race fuel stop strategies? I reckon it's like deciding when to throw another shrimp on the barbie.
Timing is everything, like deciding when to pull out the moonshine at a family reunion. Wait too long, and you'll miss the party.
There's no escape now. Puppy Dog from Hell is breathing fire and has locked onto DMAX's tail.
With just 1.3 seconds between them, will Puppy Dog from Hell be able to keep up the pace and make a pass?
A strong showing from Bobby Zamora, who is currently 10th. It's been a solid race so far for Bobby Zamora. They're holding their position and keeping a steady pace. Aussies love a good underdog story. Any dark horses you're keeping an eye on for this race?
Well, every rodeo has its wild card. I've got a couple names in mind, but I'll keep them close to the vest for now.
This is what it's all about, folks. D-Max is in hot pursuit of Mr. Bang, who's just trying to stay ahead.
Y'all see that? DMAX is right on Mr. Bang's tail, and with the gap narrow, T5 is going to be crucial.
Wow, Puppy Dog from Hell is really pushing hard to catch up to D-Max. There's blood in the water for 7th place. A great pass for Puppy Dog from Hell as they pick off. Hold on a second. Well, that was a proper Barbie flip by D-Max. Too much snagger, not enough bun. The crowd is on their feet, roaring with excitement. It's an all-out war between these three drivers. Who will emerge victorious? Your guess is as good as mine. The gap between Puppy Dog from Hell and D-Max may be wide, but that doesn't mean Puppy Dog from Hell is safe. They have to keep their concentration and avoid any lapses in performance.
Puppy Dog from Hell's setting the pace out there. Now, it's on DMAX to find the rhythm and get back in this dance.
Puppy Dog from Hell's lead over D-Max is shrinking quicker than a cheap shirt in a hot wash. We're down to 2.6 seconds. The gap between Jabot in 11th and Bobby Zamora remains over a second, but Jabot is not letting up. They're pushing hard and looking for any opportunity to close that gap up. Can they pull it back in the remaining 1 minute?
Exactly. Jabot's got to be careful not to overdrive, sort of like overcooking a steak. No one wants a burnt race, right?
The tension is building as NBE trails behind Jabot. The gap is slowly but surely decreasing, and the pressure is mounting. Can Jabot hold on, or will NBE be able to close them down? Blimey, D-Max is closing in on Puppy Dog from Hell like they owe them money. This duel is going to light up T1.
As an experienced driver, I can tell you that DMAX must be laser focused on Puppy Dog from Hell's every move, looking for the slightest weakness to exploit.
The best laid plans of mice and men are how, but it's certainly not going to plan for D-Max right now as they are struggling to keep up with Puppy Dog from Hell. Jabot's more lost out there than I was after a night at the Gold Coast, and at least I woke up with a kebab in hand.
It's a nail-biting race for sure, with both drivers showing incredible skill and determination. But Bobby Zamora is not going to give up their position easily. This is going to be a battle to the very end, with Jabot and P11 doing everything they can to catch up.
The gap between Jabot and Bobby Zamora is fading faster than the last rays of the outback sun.
This here's where the steel meets the pavement. Both drivers got to keep their cool if they're looking to take the checkered flag.
A couple car lengths might not sound like much, but when you've got Patrick Schwann's breathing down your neck, it feels like a bloody eternity. Hold up a mo, blimey, Jabot must have spotted a pub off the track. That's the only reason any self-respecting Aussie would swerve that way. This is where the skill and precision of the drivers really comes into play. D-Max is chasing Puppy Dog from Hell in P8. Fantastic racing on show here today, and it's not just the top drivers who are impressing us. Even the drivers at the back of the pack are putting up a good fight, battling it out for every position.
It's a testament to the level of competition at Assetto Corsa, friends. Even the smallest mistake can cost you valuable seconds, or even lead to a crash. But these drivers are up to the challenge, and they're giving it their all. It's clear that Assetto Corsa, friends, really is the place to be for top quality racing.
It's like YOV has saved all their energy for this final stretch.
They're not leaving anything on the table.
And McDougall is having to make the VW Scirocco as wide as possible to try and keep YOV behind them.
This could be where YOV is gonna dive up the inside. McDougall is going to need to cover the inside, and that will compromise their exit speed.
And there it is. McDougall has completed the race in first place, setting a blistering pace that none of the other drivers could match. Impressive second place finish for YOV. That was an outstanding performance from Megasaurus 55. They fought hard and took the final spot on the podium.
Great job bringing it home.
Followed by Patrick Schwann's, Satan, and Jabot in 4th, 5th, and 11th. Chris Duke claimed 6th. Mr. Bang in 7th. Coming in 8th, we have Puppy Dog from Hell. In 9th, it's D-Max. Bobby Zamora end in 10th. NBE brings home 12th. There's a little bit of wind in the air today here at Automotodrom Brno, as we're getting ready to get things underway. McDougall is on pole.
But they can't afford to get complacent. They will have a target on their back now.
Starting just behind the front runners in second place is the determined driver, YOV. The third place on the grid belongs to Megasaurus 55, a driver with plenty of experience. The fourth position belongs to Patrick Schwanz. Holding strong in fifth place is Satan. Starting from the sixth position, Chris Ilduke will need to navigate through the field to challenge for the win.
What can we expect from the Dutch driver?
Mr. Bang is placed in seventh.
They've got the heart of a lion, and they won't back down from a challenge.
Our 8th place starter, Puppy Dog from Hell, is a driver who knows how to make up ground on the track.
Expect some battling with DMAX.
D-Max will be looking to gain ground quickly as they start from 9th on the grid.
They'll be looking for a clean race.
Sitting in 10th is Bobby Zamora.
Bobby Zamora is going to show us something special, I'm sure of it.
Jabo may have a bit of work to do starting from 11th on the grid. NBE has qualified 12th. Away we go. As this odyssey unfurls, our racers must strike a harmonious balance between audacity and sagacity, lest they succumb to the chaotic wiles of the opening act.
Every inch counts right now. One wrong wiggle and they'll be singing the blues.
You know, they say, steady as she goes, and that's exactly what McDougal's doing. Holding on to one, maybe they've got a trick or two up their sleeve for later. The stewards will be hoping that there aren't too many incidents for them to pick over when the dust settles on this one. I think passing is going to be difficult today here at Automotodrom Brno, so it's going to be interesting to see how these drivers get on. The pressure is on whilst the field is bunched, who can keep their cool and take advantage. The tension is palpable here. No one will want to make a crucial mistake on the first lap. The racing is normally closely fought here at Automotodrom Brno. I think we are in for a cracking race.
It's always intense racing here at Automotodrom Brno. Hold on to your hats, folks.
If consistency was an art, Satan would be Picasso today, just churning out those laps, one after the other.
Right you are. Racing isn't always about the overtakes and close calls. Sometimes, it's that rock-solid performance, like we're seeing from Satan, that makes the difference.
Talk about intense. Megasaurus 55 is on Yobi's bumper. We're in for a treat as they approach T1.
Oi, Rob, wouldn't want to be in Yob's shoes right now, would y'all? Talk about a pressure cooker situation.
Bobby Zamora seems to be putting the pressure on Patrick Schwanz.
Rubbing is racing. Let's hope they don't rub it too hard.
It's a thrilling pursuit as Satan is right behind Chris Ilduke, keeping the pressure on for fourth place.
Hey Rob, ever seen a cat toy with a mouse? Kind of feels like what Satan is doing to Chris Ilduke right now, doesn't it?
The intensity is off the charts as Megasaurus 55 hounds YOV, both drivers pushing themselves to the absolute limit. It's a solid performance from Megasaurus 55 at the moment. They're holding their position and not oh no, what's this? Looks like Puppy Dog from Hell tried the old dingo stole my race line trick. A tad too clever by half.
Puppy Dog from Hell is not going to be happy about that.
Yoff has the pedal to the metal chasing Megasaurus 55. There's not much to report on from YOV. At the moment, they're just keeping their head down and putting in consistent laps. It's a game of inches now as Satan tails Chris Ilduke closely, ready to capitalize on any mistake.
Satan is so close to Chris Ilduke that if this were a dance floor, they'd be doing the tango.
This is what racing is all about. Two fierce competitors pushing each other to the limit.
I remember being in a similar situation during my racing days. YOV must stay focused and wait for the perfect opportunity to overtake.
The gap might be more than a second, but Bobby Zamora is showing persistence. Kind of like me trying to open a pickle jar. Keep at it, and something's got to give. I've been analysing races for quite some time, and the sheer endurance of these drivers never ceases to amaze me.
Couldn't agree more. It's not just about physical stamina but mental fortitude. To stay sharp, lap after lap, especially with so many variables at play, it's a testament to their dedication and skill.
Hold up a mo. Oi. Satan tried to pull a Steve Irwin and wrestle with the track limits. Track 1, Satan 0.
Whoa Nelly, looks like Satan's been watching too much NASCAR, trying to drift on an F1 circuit.
Whoa there, Megasaurus 55 is sticking to McDougal like glue. You reckon McDougal's feeling the pressure? Breaking news folks, looks like MB's playing in the dirt. Took me back to when I tried rallying in my mum's old sedan. Good times, expensive repairs. It's an intense battle for position as Bobby Zamora tries to outmaneuver Jabot. This is edge of your seat racing.
It's going to be a close one. Bobby Zamora will have to push hard to create an opportunity.
Racing isn't always about the flash and dazzle, and Bobby Zamora proves it. Smooth as silk and holding fort right where they are.
Consistency is key in racing. Bobby Zamora just needs to keep doing what they're doing and wait for opportunities to present themselves.
Things are heating up as Patrick Schwanz tries to close the gap to Puppy Dog from Hell.
Woo-wee, there's more tension between Patrick Schwanz and Puppy Dog from Hell than there is at a shotgun wedding. Pass the popcorn and let's see where this love story goes.
It's like David versus Goliath out there. Patrick Schwanz just slung a stone and gained ground, while Puppy Dog from Hell is left searching for footing.
Yes, but they have to—
Hold on a moment, oi.
Is it just me or—
Nah, mate, Jabot really just took the scenic route through the outback of Automotodrom Brno. Crikey.
I swear, Jabo's acting like they found Elvis off track. Spoiler. The king ain't there.
No room for error here. Satan is breathing down the neck of Mr. Bang, waiting for the perfect— Sorry to cut in here. Well, crikey. Bobby Zamora's taken a detour, just like I did when I tried to change my car's oil. Ended up with a flooded garage.
Hot diggity. If Bobby Zamora had a banjo, they'd be strumming a sad tune right about now.
Gee whiz, Satan is breathing down Mr. Bang's neck. Wouldn't want to be in Mr. Bang's rearview mirror right now. It's getting crowded. Oi, Satan's chassis balance is on point today. They're handling bumps and curbs smoother than a croc sliding into water. Mr. Bang's got a battle ahead. It's a tale of two drivers right now, with Satan gaining places and Mr. Bang losing them.
This race is heating up faster than a Barbie in summer. Satan's got that winning glint.
Blimey, Mr. Bang is sticking to Satan like a kangaroo to her Joey. At this rate, they'll be side by side as they hit T1.
One wrong move and we could see a spectacular new synchronized pirouette performance by Mr. Bang and Satan, though I doubt the judges would give them a perfect score.
Mr. Bang's been working the tyre temps, and it's paying off. Grip's better than a kangaroo on a trampoline. Watch out, Satan.
He's waiting on that golden chance like a hound on a pork chop.
You know, back in Oz, we have a saying, flat out like a lizard drinking. That's exactly what Mr. Bang is doing right now.
I've always wondered, what's that even mean? Lizards, drinks, racing? Y'all have a wild imagination down under.
While Megasaurus 55 is not under immediate threat from YOV, they still need to stay focused and avoid any errors. Any slip-up could cost them their position.
It's a game of inches and miles. Right now, Megasaurus 55's got the miles, and Yove's counting the inches.
You know, it's like watching a Kelpie. Hold that thought. Hold the phone. I don't think that's the fastest way around Automotodrom Brno. Who needs speed dating when you've got Mr. Bang chasing down Satan this eagerly? Move over Tinder. This is how you swipe right at 100 miles per hour. From the grandstands to the pit lane, all eyes are on the action. Amongst the frontrunners, Jabot is showing prowess in 10th. Someone's revved up after lunch. Jabot's blitzed ahead, claiming 9th.
Impressive. Jabot is really showing their skill and determination out there.
Blimey, NBE is so far back, they might as well stop for a beer at the pub. If they spot my ex there, tell them to drive faster. The gap between Jabot and YOV is not insurmountable, but it's going to take a mistake from Jabot to bring YOV into play.
Absolutely. And on the other side of the equation, YOV can't afford to let up. They have to drive with intensity and focus, and wait for any opportunity to arise.
A setback for Jabot, who has just been passed.
Racing's an art, and sometimes the canvas changes mid-stroke. Jabot's shift will add to the intrigue of today's story.
And we're back, where the drivers are showing us some incredible skills.
Indeed, Rob, it's always exciting to see these skilled machines on the tracks. I mean, drivers. I always get them confused.
Looks like Mr. Bang is really pushing it to the limit. They're taking those curbs aggressively, but that can unsettle the car and cause handling issues.
Indeed, taking too much curb can upset the car's balance, leading to oversteer or understeer. It's all about finding the right balance between speed and control.
Mr. Bang's on the back foot here, struggling to keep up with Satan like a dingo after a roadrunner. It may seem like D-Max is far behind, but Puppy Dog from Hell can't afford to let their guard down. One mistake could give D-Max an opening to catch up.
If this was a game of beach cricket, D-Max be still waiting for their turn to bat. Puppy Dog from Hell's got a good lead on them.
Well, looky here, Hal, D-Max is closing in on Puppy Dog from Hell. We're talking a gap of just 11.3 seconds.
This is where the pressure really starts to mount on Puppy Dog from Hell. They need to stay focused and not make any mistakes.
Oi, Mr. Bang, ever tried tailgating at a Barbie? Cause Satan's grill is getting a good look now. Try the snags while you're at it.
Remember those old Western standoffs? Well, Satan's playing the cowboy today, and Mr. Bang's trying to outdraw them.
A commanding performance from Satan, who has increased their lead over Mr. Bang, putting him firmly in their rearview mirrors. But could they be pushing too hard? As with that comes the risk of overconfidence and losing control. Who will be the first to get too cocky and end up in the wall? This is where the skill and experience of the drivers really come into play. Patrick Schwanz will need to stay focused and keep pushing, even when the gap seems insurmountable. It's not over until the checkered flag drops.
Dang, Patrick Schwanz is so far back, he might start seeing last week's race. But hey, in racing, as in love, persistence is key. Right, y'all?
Chris Ilduke is placed third at the moment. They are hoping to keep their distance ahead of Satan, who is 4.0 seconds behind. It looks like Satan is starting to catch up to Chris Ilduke. The gap is now down to 3.3 seconds.
Like a fox in the henhouse, Satan is causing all kinds of trouble for Chris Ilduke.
The age-old challenge. Puppy Dog from Hell is trying to catch Patrick Schwanz, sort of like trying to find a matching sock in the laundry. The struggle is real, folks. Looks like we might have a great battle starting here between Chris Ilduke in third and Satan. It's been tense with a gap of only 2.4 seconds.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for Satan to make up that gap, especially with Chris Ilduke defending so well.
Like a dingo on the chase, Satan is hounding Chris Duke and the gap's now just 2.3 seconds. Oh, the pressure is intense. Hold that thought. Hold the phone. Jabot is in the pits. Wait, Jabot has pulled into the pits. Sorry to cut in here. It looks like Jabot has been called into the pits. Good on ya, Patrick Schwanz. Not letting Mr. Bang get too comfy up front. Reckon he's planning a bit of a "good day, mate" on the next corner? Remember when we thought Patrick Schwanz had peaked? Think again. They're harnessing every bit of downforce and it's making Mr. Bang's mirrors awfully busy. It's looking good for Puppy Dog from Hell, sitting in 7th. Puppy Dog from Hell's pushing harder than a kangaroo in a boxing match, widening their lead over D-Max. They've found their rhythm like a didgeridoo player in full swing.
You said it, Rob. With great power comes great responsibility. But sometimes, these drivers forget that and let their egos take the wheel. Let's hope they keep their eyes on the road and not on their own reflections in the mirror.
Now isn't this a show? Patrick Schwanz has gotten the bit between their teeth and they're reeling in Mr. Bang. Look at him weave and bob through T3 foes.
This is where the mental game comes into play. Who will keep their cool under pressure? Patrick Schwanz or Mr. Bang? It's anyone's race.
You ever wonder, Rob, how much preparation goes into each race weekend? It's not just about the driver, but the hundreds behind the scenes, making every little detail count.
Oh, absolutely. The hours spent in the simulator, the mechanics working overnight on those tweaks. Racing is as much about team spirit and dedication as it is about speed on the track. It's a collective masterpiece.
The crowd is on its feet as Satan chases down Chris Duke through T10.
If Satan gets any closer, they might as well ask Chris Duck for a piggyback ride.
The gap between Satan and Chris Duke is getting smaller.
The way Satan's conserving their energy while managing the ERS deployment? Pure artistry. They're sneaking up on Chris Duck like a quiet storm.
Tell me, mate, ever tried doing a burnout in a ute? It's bloody bonza.
A ute? You
Hold on a moment, what a move. Satan has moved up to 3rd.
Y'all ever see a hot rod at a country fair? Satan's giving me those vibes right now with that ascent.
Chris Duke appears to be trying to find a way around Satan. They could make a move on them in T1.
I might have said this before, but dog, bone, you know the rest.
Chris Duke and Satan have a gap between them that's growing like Jack's beanstalk. We're talking 0.5 seconds now. You reckon these drivers do any off-track training? Maybe a bit of kangaroo boxing?
Haha, if they do, sign me up. But I think most stick to wrestling with the steering wheel.
It's a close race between Patrick Schwanz and Mr. Bang in 5th.
With Patrick Schwanz on the hunt, Mr. Bang better not blink. Every split second counts in this tango.
Patrick Schwanz is pushing hard and has reduced the gap to Mr. Bang to 0.2 seconds.
Well, butter my butt and call me a biscuit. Patrick Schwanz is using that draft from Mr. Bang real effectively, shaving off tenths every lap.
Hold on to your hats, folks. Chris Duke is right on the heels of Satan, and we're in for a wild ride.
When I was racing, we had a saying, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much space. Chris Duck is definitely living on the edge today.
Now, that's what I'm talking about. Patrick Schwanz is proper nipping at Mr. Bang's heels. Are they thinking of making a lunge? Only time will tell. Even though Mr. Bang is a fair way behind Chris Ilduke, they can't afford to let... Hold on a moment, blimey. Chris Ilduke's just thrown another shrimp on the barbie of mishaps. This one's burned.
By the looks of it, Chris Ilduke's been taking driving tips from them Duke boys. Ain't the Dukes of Hazzard, friend.
It looks like Patrick Schwanz is all over Mr. Bang. I think they are gonna press him through T1 and try and press for a mistake.
For sure, Rob, that's exactly what I would be doing here, as Mr. Bang is gonna be aware of them riding their bumper.
Patrick Schwanz just blitzed past Mr. Bang like they were standing still.
Someone better check if Patrick Schwanz has been drinking those energy drinks, as it seems like they got wings.
You can feel the tension in the air.
The drivers are all focused.
Braking development. Oh dear, Mr. Bang has had an incident.
Whoa, Mr. Bang's pulling a me at a family gathering. Aimlessly veering, hoping no one notices.
It's a nail-biting showdown between these three drivers. They're nose to tail, pushing their limits in every corner. The gap between Puppy Dog from Hell and D-Max may be wide, but that doesn't mean Puppy Dog from Hell is safe. They have to keep their concentration and avoid any lapses in performance.
You know, it's like Puppy Dog from Hell's out on a Sunday Arvo drive. They can see DMAX in the rear view, but there's no rush, mate.
Wow, Megasaurus 55 is really pushing. It's all over. Megasaurus 55 has claimed victory in this race with a stunning drive that will be remembered for years to come. Clearly at the top of their game right now. A nail-biting finish, but McDougall claims second place.
Strong work securing second place. Well done.
What a race from Satan. They kept their cool and secured a well-earned third place on the podium. Taking fourth is Patrick Schwanz. Fifth sees Chris Ilduke. Sixth is Mr. Bang. With D-Max in 7th. Puppy Dog from Hell take 8th.